As someone that's been doing this as my job for many years, talking about football, many different ranges of discussion, I've never mentioned this topic really much at all, mainly due to the fact that because I'm not someone that is gay or homosexual, that I feel like I've not got a horse in this race. I feel like because I'm not involved directly, I feel like it's not really my place to speak. And there has been times that I've been close to speaking about this topic, many times involving campaigns in not just the Premier League but also in League One, and also countless times that you see the same recurring incidences happen on social media and at football games. But I just felt like talking about this topic. What's probably sparked this is two things, or three things really. Number one is due to the now ex-Premier League referee David Coote from the PGMOL did an interview about 2 days ago saying that he is openly gay and in his own words admitted that he turned to drugs, which was him taking cocaine, as a result of fear of coming out as gay as a Premier League referee, which people are now seeing this in many different ways. Number one is seeing it, understanding that yes, if you are someone that is gay and in the world of football, you will be putting a massive red target on your back, and that is truth. That is complete truth. Hence why there's not really any openly gay footballers, and when there have been, you see that there's quite a lot of massive criticism to them on social media, and it's just seen as a target for everyone involved. So I get completely why, if you're a referee, especially a referee in Premier League, that you already get abuse at the game and out of the game, then being openly gay at the same time is just going to make it 10 times worse. People are seeing it in the other way, saying that, well, it's not really relevant to what has happened here. The criticism is about his behaviour and his derogatory comments towards not only Jurgen Klopp but also Liverpool as a football club and therefore the people. So it does make complete sense that people are seeing it as, well, who cares? It's got no correlation or involvement in this whatsoever. So what's the need of this coming out now? Number two, and this is a really odd thing, and this is why I kind of sparked up this conversation for me, but when I was doing my run yesterday and I was on my phone when I was running, and of course I turned on LBC, which is a British political radio station with James O'Brien, and they had a massive phone in about this topic of, is homophobia still rife in football, and what can be done to kind of change it, or is there anything to be done? And this was of course the kind of spark that ignited that conversation. The thing that I find now is that more people are annoyed about the continuous push about it than the thing itself. But it feels like a double-edged sword, because how can you make people who are gay or that want to go to the games feel more safe? Because there is a safeguarding issue there. If you are gay in a football environment, you will be a target. That is a fact. On the flip side of it, if you are someone that just wants to go to the game and you're having these campaigns, which again is not a massive deal, it's just a bit of rainbow on an armband or some laces or something, they see this as a problem, as they're being force-fed this kind of narrative they see, and then it makes them almost want to fight it more. And the thing is, what can football, like these organisations, Premier League, FA, what more can they actually do to make people feel more welcome? What can they do to make people feel like they are on the right side here, they are welcoming people and then making them feel safe? I don't think there's much more the Premier League can do, because if they do even more, then I think it's going to push more people away. One thing that happens each year that does remind me of how much this is really just like completely opposed is when Barcelona, when they do a tweet in support of the rainbow flag of the LGBTQ community, and the comment sections and the quote tweets is largely of, I think because of Barcelona and Real Madrid specifically, that they've got many fans from all over the world, including in the Middle East and in Africa, for example. Look at the comments, the top comments with thousands upon thousands of likes. Just have a look there for about a minute, and it's just throwing up emojis. Look at the comments on this tweet and tell me that there is not a homophobia issue in football. So when you say that homophobia is not in football, just look at the comments. And it's a really tough tightrope to walk down here, because the problem is that when you got the players themselves coming out and openly rejecting it as well, it makes it seem almost futile. For example, of course, this year there was a massive deal about Sam Morsy, the Ipswich Town footballer. Sam Morsy, of course, is an Egyptian Muslim, made the choice based on his religious beliefs. With the club coming out standing with him, saying that we respect his decision, to not wear the armband. And of course, there's the countless occasions where religious beliefs are seen as the reason for them to not wear an armband with some rainbow colours onto it. Of course, Mohamed Hodzic, the Sheffield United Bosnian centre-half, is Muslim, and again, decided to not wear the armband. First captain in the last 7 years to not wear the armband. This was a massive issue also in France that created a massive problem. And I do know that this is now kind of treading on some already covered waters here with Macro and his video about Is Football Now to Walk about a week ago. So I feel like, I just may feel like I'm doing the same topic as him. Came out with quite a few players that was suddenly no longer available for the matchday squad, so they didn't have to wear the armband, they didn't have to wear the rainbow shirt, numbers on the back of their shirt. Players that did play for Monaco, of course, just fully covered the messaging that was in open of your gay or acceptance. Basically, it wasn't even to do with a rainbow. It was just a message of being gay is fine. Of course, when the topic comes to religion, that is when you're stepping on some pretty tough water, because it's almost based purely on your own view of the world. And who am I to tell you about how you view the world is based on your own opinion? However, I don't think that having a bit of rainbow on you is a massive issue. It doesn't mean that you're gay yourself. It's just a bit of colour to me, but that's just the way I see it. I'm sure people may see it differently. When it comes to these campaigns, the main critique is that it feels kind of futile and almost like some sort of signaling exercise when you can pick and choose on what you want to do at what time. You can pick and choose on if you want to wear a gambling sponsor that should go against your religion, and then also not want to wear a rainbow lace because it may be against your religion. You're picking and choosing. It's not a case of all Muslims, or of course, are against this. Many Muslim players, of course, are happy to wear the armband or be a part of these campaigns. So it's just based on their own personal opinion, and if they disagree with homophobia in football being a problem. So it comes across as a bit futile if, in the end, if they are against what you as an organisation are standing for, and you're like, okay, well, it's still fine, then it almost makes it all like some weird joke. And I saw quoted by a consultant at the FA, which kind of leads into the side of people which just kind of feels like it's going too far and not really understanding the point of it anymore. The quote: when people feel as though they're being told to do something as opposed to really understanding why they're doing something, conflict will arise. When you then bring into question values and beliefs, the conflict becomes severe, wide-reaching, and impossible to combat. This is true of any workplace in football. Players are being told to wear laces, an armband, or a warm-up top because they have to. I've seen players be told that it's part of their contract, threatened with a breach if they do not take part. And it's almost like anything in life, when you're being told that you've got to do something, that it makes you almost want to do it less, even if you're not even that bothered about the actual meaning of it in the first place. And again, if I was told to wear something for a campaign once with good intentions, I wouldn't care. But if you're someone that goes to games of football, in the UK especially, you would know there is a reason why no footballer still to this day is openly gay. Because they will be abused, much more than anyone else. May I guide you to the story of Justin Fashanu, who was the first openly English gay footballer. Please look into his story, and even though this was all the way back in the 80s, the story of Justin Fashanu is still part of the reason why there is such a stigma on it today, and why people are scared to come out. That's just a fact of the matter. I've been going to games my entire life up to the last, well, my last 3-4 years that I've not been able to as much because I live away. But if you're honest and you know that you've gone to games, you would know the kind of atmosphere that happens at football. You know the things that people say just to say it, just because they're annoyed at the world themselves and they're just pissed off and they're just there to try to have a bit of fun. And someone's version of a bit of fun can be seen in different ways. And that's when people may be using the term snowflake, and that their walk or whatever else. There's countless times that you'll be seeing homophobia chants. Again, this isn't just in UK, it'll be all over Europe as well, that this will just be a thing and is just something that you will not remove. I don't really know what can be done extra to, I guess, help the problem here, because it feels like almost the more that you do to try to make it more normalized, you will only annoy the other side. So I don't really know where the place is at here. But from people's experiences, from people that are gay, they do feel like it was better a couple of years ago, that it wasn't as common in terms of a kind of backlash if you were gay or chance towards gay people. However, it does appear that, in their opinion, in the last couple of years, that it's almost accelerated back to what it used to be because of a sort of backlash to the campaigns that's already occurred. That it appears to be a correlation between people being more happy of the, let's see what's happening in America with Donald Trump, with the idea that this means that free speech will be back. And by free speech, that can also translate and be mixed in with, it means that I can say what I want to without consequence anymore. And that can lead to such incidences such as abusing people. And that's not everyone, but there's definitely a correlation in there if you're looking at platforms like X now. I don't know how this video will go down. It'd probably go down awful. The comments would be absolutely awful. People may unsubscribe from me a lot. I don't think I'm saying anything that's particularly wild. It's just be a normal person. Be a good person. Simple as that, really. Enjoy your day.